Ask the Muscle Whisperer.
Hi, my name's Nikki from Orchid Massage Academy, and before I talk about no-shows and cancellations, I just wanted to say congratulations on us all being able to go back to work and get going hands-on again. So no-shows and cancellations, what do we do about them? The first thing is we need to think, are we getting these a lot? Is this happening all the time? And if it is, we might need to think about why is it happening? We need our clients to respect our time and to respect our business and us. And if they're not, then maybe they're the wrong clients. So that's the first thing to think about. Why are you attracting that kind of client? But let's just say it's only happening a few times. Well, the main point here is to get ourselves a cancellation policy. Get it on your website. Make sure all your new clients are aware of it. Send it out via email to your current clients so that they are aware of it as well. And you're just laying out your boundaries and letting people know what you expect of them and what they can expect of you in return. And then obviously in that cancellation policy, you're going to talk about the timescale. So maybe you want them to give you 24 hours notice, and also the penalty. So that would be maybe they have to pay the full amount or just 50%. You can choose. You can completely decide what you want your policy to be. But the main aspect here is that everyone is aware of it. And then from there, you can be flexible. So if you wanted to, depending on why your client didn't turn up or why they had to cancel, then you can always let them off. You can say, normally I'd charge you, but I understand whatever's happened and it's fine. So, you can be flexible, you can give them some leeway. A lot of therapists I know, for the first time it happens, they let them off, and then obviously if it happens again, then I'm going to charge you. So that's entirely up to you. I do get a lot of therapists asking me, okay, I've got my cancellation policy, but how do I enforce it? So the key is here, I would say the best thing is to make sure that you have some kind of booking system in place whereby the client actually pays up front. This makes it so much easier because then you don't have to worry about any kind of payment going on after the treatment. The client can just flow out of the treatment, not have to think about money. And also it means that they've paid up front, so if they don't show up or they cancel, who cares, because you've got the money already, so it doesn't matter. So I would really say get yourself a booking system in place where you could do that. If not, and they have to pay on the day, so you make sure they know they have to pay you when they turn up next time they come to see you. You may find that some people don't come back to you because they don't want to pay. And if that's the case, amazing, great, because you don't want that kind of client anyway. So, that's fine. And the ones that understand and respect you and your time, they'll come with the money and they'll pay you. So yes, it's more awkward that way, but it's still fine. It's what we all did for years before the booking systems came in. So it's totally fine to do that. Enforce your boundaries. You've got a right to do that. You've got a right for them to respect your time. Now the question is, in the COVID times, what do we do about enforcing the cancellation? And the key thing here, I think, is that we have to understand that the whole COVID situation is going to change how we do our cancellations, because at the end of the day we need to make it easy for our clients to not come, to cancel at the last minute. If they're ill, if they have COVID symptoms, if they are needing to self-isolate, it's got to be easy for them to cancel, and that probably means not charging them, because at the end of the day, with how this is going to affect our business, we have to just sort of accept that we need to ethically, we need to not have people who should be at home coming into our business. Obviously, we don't want to be spreading COVID in our local community. We don't want to catch it ourselves. That's a given. But the second part of it is we also, financially, it doesn't make sense to have these people come in when they should be staying away. Because, if someone cancels or they just don't turn up and you have a couple of spaces free that week, yeah, it's not great business wise, but you can deal with it. And also I would very much recommend getting yourself a cancellation list, so that if someone doesn't turn up at the last minute, you can call someone on the list and hopefully they can come and take the place. But the point is that if that client does turn up because they don't want to pay a cancellation fee, you might end up getting ill, which obviously you don't want to do, or having to self-isolate yourself. And then your whole business closes for 2 weeks, if not longer, which is just exactly what you don't need. So it's about just understanding what makes most sense. And really what makes most sense is not charging a cancellation fee for clients if it comes to COVID, so that it makes it easy for them to stay away, so that you're not having to close your entire business for 2 weeks. So, I think the best thing is to have your cancellation policy and have an extra clause that you enforce or you don't enforce if it comes to COVID. So it would say anything to do with COVID, there'll be no charge. And yes, you will get some clients lying to you and saying it's COVID related when it's not. And yes, that's incredibly annoying. But hopefully most of your clients are lovely human beings who won't lie to you. But I do think there's not much you can do about that. It's more about doing the ethical right thing, and also the right thing for your business as well. So cancellation policy, cancellation list, and a clause saying that you won't charge when it comes to COVID. And hopefully that helps. This is something that, COVID will go away, hopefully, at some point. And in the meantime, it's going to affect our business. And we just have, it has affected our business massively, and it's going to continue to do so. And we just have to accept that, do what we can to mitigate it, but at the same time understand that, we have to put some things in place and some things are out of our control. So I hope that helps. Good luck with being back at work, being back hands-on, and I will see you soon.